to have the lead institution with this awesome program. This program, as Candice mentioned, started about 4 years ago. And the model for the program is that there is a institution of higher learning that takes the lead position. And in this case, Morehouse in Georgia. And we're absolutely delighted being led by the University of Washington out of Seattle. We're now about 18 cities wide for the Ascend program, and you'll learn a bit more of that. But just very high level, what we do at Morehouse and at the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center, we have one goal, one mission, which is to grow Black businesses, whether that is with our students or with businesses in the community like yours. So it's an absolute delight to really talk about the Ascend program and invite you to be a part of this wonderful community that has been growing. On our team, you've met Candice Mitchell. Also joining us today is Danita Harris, who also leads one of our advanced program, the AGAP program. And today I'm absolutely delighted that Bart Najugu Obi is also joining us as the area director for the business consulting SBDC at Morehouse. Wonderful organization that is new for us, and you'll hear more about that. The SBDC is joining us with this program, and you will definitely learn more. So it is my pleasure to really announce the partners that have been on this journey with us. We have ACE, and Ray Penny will be talking to you shortly. The Village Microfund, wonderful organization. You'll hear from Dante and Harriet as she introduced the panel, AWBI, and also, again, the community in which we're trying to really grow and bring entrepreneurs together. With that, I will hand it over to Ray.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ray Penny, President of Business Development from Access to Capital for Entrepreneurs, better known as ACE. We are a community development financial institution and a capital provider for this wonderful cohort, and just really appreciate all of you taking the time out of your busy schedules to be a part of this worthwhile information session.
Can we hear from Village Microfund?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Harriet Williams with Village Microfund. We are a social impact fund that sits on the west side, and we help small businesses grow and scale through education, cooperative development, and cooperative investing. And we're really excited to be a part of the Ascend team.
Thank you. And AWBI?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cicely Garrett. I am a strategic consultant with the Atlanta Wealth Building Initiative. I'm here in Atlanta. We are an intermediary that seeks to achieve shared prosperity by closing the racial wealth gap here. And we also do that through community wealth building strategies. Look forward to working with you all.
Thank you, Cicely. And Bart, if you'd like to just say hello real quick and tell us a little bit about the SBDC at Morehouse, that would be wonderful.
Absolutely. And good afternoon, everyone. Bart Njakobi. I am with the University of Georgia SBDC at Morehouse College. Very excited to join all of you today. The SBDC, more broadly, we help businesses start and grow here in Georgia. So very excited to be a part of the program. One of my particular areas of expertise is also working with businesses that are established and are looking to take that next level. So you're looking to expand or grow into whether it's a government sector, working with major corporations, larger commercial accounts, take on a bigger B2C sort of posture. Very excited to be a part of the program. So I'm looking forward to working with our upcoming cohort. So thank you very much, Tiffany.
Thank you. Thank you all. And I hand it over back to Candice.
All right. Thank you all. Now we're going to go into the overview of the program. So this year, we are truly focused on helping entrepreneurs rebuild, restore, and rethink the path to business success. We are, again, part of a national network. And one thing that differentiates our program is what we call the 3M model. So in our program, you will receive management training from top tier subject matter experts, money, access to capital, and financial resources to grow and scale, and markets. We're going to help you increase your customer base and clientele through supplier diversity opportunities. A few great additions to our program this year is we'll also be offering a back office of service professionals to help you execute on key areas that we identified that will help improve your business. The few areas that we've identified thus far is digital marketing, e-commerce, legal, and accounting. As we look through the applications and kind of get to know your businesses more, if you are selected, we will also see if we need to add other service professionals or other areas as well. But we've really just seen that the digital space, virtual servicing is going to be key given the economic climate. And we'll talk more about that. This year, we're also expanding to include our alumni community. So again, this is our 4th year as a program. And so we have, over 3 years of businesses that have matriculated through the program. So we will be rounding up the troops, if you will, starting alumni circles and allow everyone an opportunity to connect with their peers and professional contacts. So once you're part of Ascend, you're always a part of Ascend. And we are hoping that we can create more connectivity amongst entrepreneurs, especially who have gone through different programs, help us stay connected once we finish the program. So we're very excited about that as well. And a lot of people ask this, yes, the program is free. So again, we're funded by JP Morgan Chase. And so they provide the financial resources to make this program possible. So our impact thus far, since 2017, we have served over 112 startups and small businesses. A lot of you all may have heard of Ascend before, when our focus was primarily micro businesses and tech startups, but we have expanded to serve growing small to mid-sized businesses as well. We've helped create and sustain over 282 jobs, grown to over 12 million in revenue, and around 4.5 million capital raised. So we're very grateful to have had this impact before. I will say one thing that differentiates our program from others in the Atlanta area is we are focused on long-term sustainability. So as you can see, the revenue number is greater than the capital raise number because it takes more than raising capital to actually build a successful business. So it's the sustaining your business model, finding customers, growing your customer base, and growing your capacity that's going to allow you to grow. So we will have a strong focus on that this year. So the criteria for applying, we are servicing businesses all across the state of Georgia. It was initially just the Metro Atlanta area, but because of the pandemic and we will have mostly virtual programming, we are allowing anyone to participate whose business is based in Georgia. Your company must be minority-led or women-led. Revenue targets that we're focusing on for tier 1 is a minimum of 100,000 annually, and tier 2 will be 500,000 in revenue. And we really want to focus on businesses who are ready to scale. So what does that even mean? Being ready to scale means that you do have an initial customer base, you have an initial operational capacity that will be able to sustain growth in your business. Throughout the duration of the program, we are going to work with you in creating a growth plan. And so we are looking for businesses, again, who are past the startup phase, but have been in business for a while and truly ready to go to the next level with the right support. This also means that you need to be ready for contracts. So part of the access to markets side of Ascend is that we're going to open doors for you to land new contracts with other businesses. And so, again, a lot of that mostly means that you have some type of capability statement, or you have something in the works that we could help you improve. You've had a few meetings before. You may not necessarily have won all of those contracts, but you know enough in terms of what you need to improve or how we can help you get more customers through the door. So we'll definitely share more about that. And again, we're looking for entrepreneurs who have a coachable mindset. So I can tell you firsthand that, you know, no matter how long you've been in business or how many programs you've done, you never know everything. And so we want people who are coachable and who will really give 100% commitment. We know that it is busy running a business, and we're all busy, right? But if you can really take the time to dedicate yourself to the management training and really the relationships that you can form, you will actually be able to take your business farther a lot faster. And so there are, again, a lot of amazing partners who are part of Ascend that Tiffany introduced at the beginning of our program. And you really get out what you put into it. And so this program does last for 9 months throughout the end of the year. So we want to see your businesses, you know, double, triple, 10x, whatever growth that you're prepared for. And that only comes through being truly committed. I see some questions coming in. Do you need to be government certified? So no, that is not a requirement. So yes, when we say minority-led or women-led, we're really just speaking on the demographics of the owners or founders of your business. But you do not need to have the actual certification, although we highly recommend it. Oh, and I see Tiffany answered it. Okay, thanks. All right.
So
Program structure.
Candace, if I may, to merely maybe expand on that point a bit, and I guess maybe the word contracts have led those to think immediately government contracts. And really, what we're using the word contracts here is more broadly access to customers. So your customers may indeed be government, and if that's the case, then yes, we work with you in that space. But what we're saying will make you ready to accept new markets and new customers wherever that may be in your particular industry. So I just wanted to clarify that if it was that word that have you thinking immediately government. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you, Amia, for the nice note. We see all of your comments, so we appreciate that. Program structure and benefits. So we will be starting on March 8th. Which is a Monday. Our programming will be bi-weekly on Mondays, except for a few dates. Our first 2 modules will be back-to-back because they go hand in hand. The program will be a hybrid model, but predominantly virtual for the unforeseeable future at this point, until, you know, things are safe to be in person again. But we are hoping that we will have an in-person component when we're able to. You'll also be able to gain one-on-one consulting through the SBDC. So Bart was introduced at the beginning of the program. If you are not familiar with the SBDC, I highly encourage you to look them up, georgiasbdc.org. It is a phenomenal resource for market research, consulting, and a number of things that is absolutely free. For all taxpayers. So I never knew that before I joined Ascend, but they will be working one-on-one with you all. You will actually be assigned a coach or consultant through the SBDC. And again, we will provide some back office of service professionals, and they will actually be executing with you. So say, for example, we identify that to grow your customer base, you really need to go all in on digital marketing, but you have no idea about digital marketing, or that's not even your background. We understand that that is oftentimes a hindrance to actually doing the work that needs to be done. So we will have experts on hand that will actually be able to build and execute with you. We'll be bringing in a number of mentors in different subject matter areas. So these are people that will really serve as like confidants. So, let's say in a session, you may not be comfortable sharing what you don't know, or you want to talk more about it. We will have some mentors that can be a good sounding board for you. Part of our access to market space is vetted introductions to potential buyers. So we focus a lot on B2B. You do not have to be a B2B company to participate or gain value, but um, a lot of what we refer to in terms of contracts and buyers are corporations who are have some sort of supplier diversity initiative. So what does that mean? It means that they are seeking to work with vendors who are minority owned. And so they have a special focus or a special mandate to work with a certain percentage of diverse led companies. So we want to help you take advantage of that. And again, as we look at, the makeup of your businesses, we will also see what other doors can be open. So for example, with AWBI, one thing we looked at last year is a partnership with the Beltline. So what would that look like? Could some of your businesses benefit from having a presence there? Or are there some other organizations, professional networks, or anything that would be beneficial for you in growing your business? And maybe you just need to get your foot in the door. Everyone here as partners of Ascend are going to help you get a seat at the table, essentially. And again, we want to emphasize that we are part of a national network. So if you do go to if you look up Ascend, you will see that again, there are a number of cities across the nation. And the great thing about that is national partnerships benefit our businesses and entrepreneurs on the local level too. So some of our companies were able to meet with UPS last year, participate in a pitch competition with Kroger to get their products and goods in their stores. So again, really we want to open up as many doors for you all as possible. And now I will hand it over to Ray, who will share a special announcement for the program this year.
Yeah, I get to share a special announcement. Ray Penny, Access to Capital for Entrepreneurs. And it's interesting because being a part of this collaborative over the last few years, we are constantly looking to learn from every opportunity, from all the small businesses that we encounter. And one of our takeaways from a recent cohort was really trying to make sure that we, as the M for the access to money piece of the collaboration, came up with a loan product and a fund that would be available for all of the Ascend cooperative, both alumni and current members and future members that are coming on board in March. And so I'm happy to announce that we have put together the fund. We are looking to lend anywhere in the capital piece of it from $15,000 up to $250,000 for eligible clients. But most importantly, the piece that I'm most proud of is that a part of that, besides being a traditional term loan, is that we're going to be offering 10% off the top of the loan that will be provided in the form of a grant. And so that just makes it a lot more attractive to go in maximum of 10,000 per loan, even if the loan is over 100,000. But we think that that's a differentiator from other financing and also from other incubators that are in the space that are out there doing similar work. And so we really look at that grant piece as a non-diluted growth fund. It doesn't take away from the equity in your business. It's just applied to your needs, and then you go from there. So one of the things I also wanted to add is we're also looking to work and partner. I've got two folks kind of in queue that for some of the loan products that ACE does not offer, for instance, lines of credit and things like that, that we'll have a great referral partnership relationship as well that we're have on board. So just again, trying to make sure that we are able to provide the collaborative, the cohort with the necessary capital things that they may have that come up. And again, trying to be innovative and come up with a program and product that's going to add value to your organization. So Candace, thank you very much for the opportunity, and look forward to working with each and every one of you on the call.
Awesome. So yes, we look forward to sharing more about that. I'm really happy that we can provide another capital source to help propel the business endeavors that you all will identify. All right. So now we will move into our alumni panel. Harriet from Village Micro Fund is going to moderate our panel today. So we have 4 amazing alumni of Ascend who will share more about their experiences. So I will hand it over to you, Harriet.
Thank you, Candace. Hello again, everyone. Super excited to be moderating this panel with these amazing entrepreneurs. So Barbara, Brandy, Hodge, Lewis, we're just going to start it off by introducing yourself, your business, when you were a part of Ascend, and what you love most about Ascend. So anyone can start.
Okay, well, I'll go first. If no one else wants to go, I'll go. I'm Barbara Jones, founder and CEO of Lily R&B Inc. And my company is a retail product and services company that specializes in helping businesses and retailers really improve their technology across several different disciplines. And we were part of 2 cohorts for Ascend. We were in the first cohort back in 2017, 2018. And then the last cohort that was in 2020 last year. And what I love about Ascend is just all the mentorship, the knowledge that they've given us. We also were able in the last cohort to get a lot of information on sales and moving into the government arena. And a lot of beautiful things happened for us last year. So I'm really excited about the program and happy for you all who are joining this next cohort.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Who is next? Who is next? I'm going to randomly call on someone. Hodge?
Hello, I'm Hodge. I'm Hodge Womack, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Innovative School Tools. And we build Teachers in Touch, a web-based platform that helps teachers and educators get things done without the burnout. So without those things getting done, teachers suffer, students suffer, and ultimately schools fail. So I was a part of the initial cohort along with Barbara, hey, and I enjoyed and loved the Ascend 2020 program because of the mentorship as well as the resources being introduced to people like Bart, and just having that one-on-one training that coaches up to the next level. So really excited about supporting Ascend. Loved it, and we'll do it again.
Perfect. That's amazing, Hodge. Now, Brandy. Is Brandy on the line?
Yes.
Yes. How are you doing today, Brandy?
Good. Happy to be here. What I loved about the Village Microfund, Harriet and Dante gave us tools to rethink our customer, and we were the last cohort before, I believe, before the shutdown. Yes.
Yes.
Right before that, and so it prepared us for the pivot. You always will have one with your business. And what I love is I got to relearn my customer after 14 years in business. They look different every single time, every single year, every time you introduce a new product. So they were able to give us a new lens on our brand and how to reach our customers where they are versus where we want them to be. And then we met in the middle. So I totally do it again, and I hope that everyone is able to participate at some capacity because it's a wonderful program.
Thank you so much, Brandy. And last but not least, Lewis. Please tell us about your business.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Louis Dees. I'm the founder and CEO of Dees Nuts and Other Sweet Treats. And yes, that is the real name of the company. I'm a graduate. Actually, I'm a 2-time graduate of the Village Micro Funds program with Ascend. And if I could, I would take it a 3rd time. The benefit, there's Village itself, and then there's Harriet and Dante. But the great thing is that it cultivates an ecosystem within an ecosystem. So I've had the ability to meet other entrepreneurs who have the same goals and a mindset that I have as far as building a business with the community conscience. The great thing is that there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know until Dante and Harriet kind of helped introduce me to it. And I also had a cohort of classmates who could see blind sides. So take Brandy, for example. She and I were in the same cohort, and she's further along in her business than I am. So I was able to learn things from Dante and Harriet from an operational perspective, but then that practical side from a business owner, I was able to glean from them. So just building community, building a network, and gaining access to areas that I ordinarily would not have had on my own. So I really love the community. I'm proud to be a part of Village, and the Village is part of my heart forever. So thank you guys, and hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you, Louis. Well, you and Brittany kind of went into the next question I was about to ask about challenges. So, I mean, we all know as entrepreneurs, challenges really happen all the time, right? What challenges would you say that the Ascend program helped you to overcome, or maybe helped you to rethink? And this could be COVID, this could be any challenge you've had.
So for me, figuring out how to pivot pivot quickly. So if you know anything about business, just take the coronavirus pandemic, for example. Every business has had to figure out how to pivot. And what I love is that I had a brain trust. Dante's a walking encyclopedia and a walking computer. And he could tell you what you need to know very quickly, and he tells it to you, you know, in just God's honest truth. And that's what you need sometimes. And so helping me figure out what I needed to do to remain viable, increase my profit margins, and to keep fighting, that's something that it sounds like it's very small, but figuring out how to pivot when you're overwhelmed by 3 or 4 or 5 different things that are coming at you at the same time, to kind of help you center and figure out, all right, here's how we can change our business model and figure out how to keep going.
Got it. That's amazing. What about Hodge? Any challenges that Ascend has helped you to overcome?
Sure. One of the things that Barbara talked, or I think Brandy talked about it, just not things that we just did not know that I did not know. You know what I mean? So certain questions to ask, just really did not know what I did not know, because it was just a brand new opportunity. So that challenge, like one thing was just to come up with the pitch from what I was thinking versus what the world of investment is thinking. Those two things are just entirely too different. And so therefore I had to learn from Ascend, and to help me. And by doing that, it also helped me to focus on what are my next 3 goals that I need to focus on in order to improve my customer base. So one, product market fit, then of course marketing, and then technology. So those are the 3 main things that I was able to be able to put together because of Ascend and having that knowledge from them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Barbara, Brandy, any challenges that Ascend helped you to overcome?
I know just on a personal level, the challenges were knowing that you weren't alone. To Lewis's point, you have a village. And so entrepreneurship, I don't know why I it can be hard, and it can be really lonely. And so and I know that's not like a challenge, but the challenge is, okay, I can walk in the classroom, or I can walk on a Zoom and say, Lewis, I'm having a rough day, or this happened. And you don't have to put on any airs. You can be honest and open and know that it's this microcosm of these amazing entrepreneurs that whether they're in year 2 or 20, they're going through the same thing. It just might be a different zero behind the challenge. And so that we're able to work it through together. And they're your cheerleaders in the whole growth of your brand as well as yourself.
Very good point. Barbara, did you have any challenges?
Yeah, we had several challenges during the first cohort. Our biggest challenge was we were seeking angel investing, and so working with especially Candace, she helped us with our deck. It's amazing what the deck looked like after Candace went through it. So we were able to at least have a deck that we could show to investors and not get the side eye. So that was cohort
Right.
one. And then last cohort, my challenge was sales. I was basically the only salesperson in the company, and just overwhelmed with sales and how to sell. And so the last cohort really focused in on sales. We were able to get a director of sales directly out of the Ascend program. And, we pivoted during COVID. We saw our retail business really start shrinking, and we were able to pivot quickly into two new verticals. And it was amazing. We ended up the year actually generating more revenue than we did in 2019. And that was after losing half of our clients in the second quarter. So Ascend has been wonderful for me. We had the opportunity to pitch to the city of Atlanta. That was an introduction from Ascend and a challenge from Ascend. It challenged myself and my cohort members to come up with a COVID-19 solution, and we did that. And we're able to pitch to the city of Atlanta. So Ascend has been great, and just helped us with many challenges over several years.
That's really amazing, Barbara. And this goes into my last question. You guys are really good at segueing into these questions. But I know you talked about COVID and you're pivoting. Where is your business now, and how can our community continue to support you?
I'll jump in. So to Barbara's point, in a way, with pivoting, and I'll call this the blessing out of a bad situation with the events of last summer. There's been a lot of attention on Black-owned businesses lately. And Ascend has also, as these businesses have come to say, hey, how can we help Black business? Ascend has been there to say, looking for Black businesses, here's a whole bunch of them right here. And so we kind of get that corporate spotlight. So as we're in, at least for my business, we're in a growth phase now, and we're growing faster than we expected to. So we're kind of going through a growth spurt of sorts. And so again, the thing we keep saying over and over again is you don't know what you don't know until you come up on it. And so right now we're dealing with like logistics. There was a time we only needed X number of products, and now we need 3 times as many of that to match the demand. And so I always say, I tell people all the time, like, we've been sold out for a couple of weeks until recently, but these are the problems that I prayed for. So these challenges aren't necessarily negative challenges. They're just opportunities to grow. And just figuring out, again, price points again. And I just want to add on something that Brandy said too. And I just really want to thank my cohort. And it's not supposed to be a SOP session, but the Village and Ascend really gives you confidence in your business. I was terrified. I'm a first-time entrepreneur. I didn't know what to sell my nuts for, but they hyped me up and were like, no, you ought to sell it for this price, that price, all that kind of stuff. So yes, we're having growth spurt challenges and stuff like that. So if we can connect with, like I said, logistics pipeline, that'd be great. So thank you guys for everything you've done. Really appreciate you.
And really quick before you mute yourself, Lewis, where can people find your nuts? Where can they follow you? All that information, can you give that to the people?
Absolutely. So we're on the web at TryDees or TryDeesNuts.com. Last name is DEAS. We're also on Instagram. It's TryDeesNuts. Same for Facebook. And we're just celebrating actually our 2-year anniversary this week. So we've got a little mix match sale going on. So you'll see my cute godson on our Instagram page. So if you want to go and catch that sale, y'all are quick. Shout out to NPA. Thank you. So yeah, check us out. You'll love them, especially
Perfect.
the rest of it.
Yes, it's very good. Thank you again, Lewis, and congratulations on your 2 years. What about you, Hodge? Where's your business now, and how can we continue to support you as a community? And then tell us more about how we can find you.
Okay. Well, one exciting thing, I'm finally full-time on my business. Left right at the beginning, right in June, so 2020. So yes, yes, yes.
Nice.
So that's
Congrats.
good. Got a couple more commitments from some sales this last week and this week, so it's exciting as I'll get up there. So I am a SaaS company, and you can find us at goteachersintouch.com. Again, that is goteachersintouch.com on the web, as you can look up Teachers in Touch as well on Instagram and Facebook. So those are just a couple of places where you can find us. That's where we are. So to be excited about full time, I've hired part-time help for marketing purposes. So that's where we're in raising. We're in our initial raise of angel raise for 325K. So we're looking at that part. So we're finally in that stage to where we can say, hey, we're here, and it's no longer a side hustle. It's really a full-fledged business.
That's exciting. And so how can people invest in the business? Where can
Okay.
we find that?
Well, you can find out more about the investment part. We can talk offline, and you can just email me at hodge@innovativeschooltools.com, and I'll put that in the chat as well. But
Yes, please do.
the other thing is that if you know of an educator, a school, or what have you, please just say, hey, just do an introduction. I'll gladly take it from there. And we do offer commissions, by the way. So just if you know a principal, assistant principal, teacher, whatever, to say, hey, I got an opportunity that'll make your life a lot easier and give you some work-life balance. And that's
Perfect.
it.
Thank you so much, Hodge.
No problem.
Brandy, any challenges, not challenges, but any updates on where your business is and how we can support you?
Sure. 2020, we were able to pivot, and we closed one of our retail locations, opened up pop-up for the holidays, and our main brick and mortar saw a 57% increase over 2019. Our website has done amazing numbers for 2020, and we switched out warehouses and have a bigger and more centralized warehouse location on the Beltline next to our retail cafe, which is exciting. And this year is just doing, more streamlining and more systems and processes for growth. Before we would operate in scarcity, and now we're operating in abundance. And so that's just exciting to just change in our mindset in regards to that. So sip tea. We also have amazing coffee from a local roaster, Black-owned roaster. And come and see us on the East Side Beltline Trail at Just Add Honey. And you can find us online at justaddhoney.net.
Perfect. And just a small plug, Brittany has amazing party in a boxes when you feel like you're away from your family. They're really nice. Did it with my family. They enjoyed it. So, hey, if you need something to do virtually with your loved ones, definitely recommend it. And last but not least, Barbara, give us an update on your business, what you've been up to post-COVID, and how we can support.
Sure,
and what your needs may be.
We had a record year. It was an amazing 2020 in spite of just growing on the being able to bring in another person helping with sales. We were able to add IT staffing to our capabilities, and also are in the process of getting our 8A certification for government contracting. We were also picked as a finalist for a $2 million pitch competition given by Steve Case in the Rise of the West. And we secured a funding round from Steve Case for Morgan Stanley, and we opened up our seed round of funding that started last week. And so we're on a trajectory now. Where we could use help is we're launching our returns management applications, store returns management applications in Shopify. So if you know any Shopify retailers who are looking for help with their returns, please, hit me up. I'll put the information in the chat, but we're launching our product in Shopify. And any retailers that on the enterprise side, we do point of sale consulting and also IT staffing and returns for enterprise retailers, the larger retailers. So if you have any of those people or connections in your wheelhouse, would love to talk to them as well. So it was a rocket year for us, all coming off of the Ascend 2020 program. So very excited about it.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. Okay. So you guys have heard it from their mouths, how we can support them, all amazing entrepreneurs. And I'm just going to go ahead and conclude our panel. Thank you guys again for being here and sharing your experiences and being open about talking to your businesses. And now I believe I'm handing it over to Candace for Q&A.
Awesome. That was amazing. We are so proud of all of you. And thank you guys again for sharing your experiences. We are all eager to support as well. So thank you for those updates. Really quickly, I'm going to speak to the program timeline and walk through the applications. If you do have a question, go ahead and put it in the chat. I see we have about 10 minutes left, so we do want to make sure we answer everything that you all may be thinking about. Our application deadline is January 30th. So we are accepting 20 companies total, so 10 for tier 1. That would be led by Village Microfund. And tier 2, which is the minimum of 500K in revenue. So if you're in that range, will be led by Morehouse. And our final selections of participants will be February 5th. So we do have a very quick turnaround. We are looking at applications on a rolling basis. So go ahead and submit your application now. The earlier, the better. And everyone will be notified by the 10th of February. And our program will start about a month later, March 8th. And again, this is a 9-month program, so we will be rolling together for the rest of the year. So bi-weekly sessions, Mondays, 7 to 9. We will be right here on Zoom until we do have a chance to meet in person. We have a lot of phenomenal facilitators who are going to be teaching all of our modules, and it really covers everything. We are going to focus on pivoting your business model, pivoting your go-to-market strategy in the very beginning. So those of you all who may be, coming out of last year, having to make some changes and want to capitalize on maybe where the market is today. Great example from Brandy and the boxes that they have for engaging your loved ones virtually. Those are the things that we want to help you guys pull out to, again, help you capture more customers. And a lot of what we spoke to earlier, again, will be going on throughout the rest of the year. We will have some pre and post work assigned for the sessions, but everything will be contributing towards your overall growth plan. So it's not busy work. It's actually things that are going to help you with your overall execution. And we will conclude the program at the end of December. So we're going to quickly look at the applications just in case anyone has seen it or has had any questions come up. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up now. So you'll actually see, again, another brief overview when you first go to the application page, all of the areas that we're going to cover. And we'll give you the heads up that you should have your current business plan or pitch deck ready, your profit and loss statement from last year, and some information about your employee and staff demographics and wages. So go ahead and start pulling that information together. If you do have questions, you can email us at info@ascend2020atl.org. And that is also on the website. So we have basic contact information in the beginning. Okay, so it's going to actually I'll have to put in something as a placeholder. Do you guys want to walk through that, or
So
do we want
Candace,
to go?
I would just offer that perhaps the information right up top tells a lot of like what you need to have in order to start the application. But it's an
Right.
application process that will take you probably about 30 minutes to complete. Um, have your documentation ready with you when you start the application so that you can go, yes, that's great information right up top that tells them what they're looking for.
Mhm.
I think I also saw some questions in the chat. Of course, it was the where do I go to find the application? If I am if I am not at 100K revenue level, what where would you recommend but still need mentorship? There are several other programs in the ecosystem here in Atlanta, and we'll be happy to refer you to those. And of course, I'm going to also suggest reaching out to the SBDC at Morehouse and can get farther guidance from there in terms of where to go and where to indicate in the ecosystem. There were several other companies I know that's on this call, and while the panel was a great diverse industry in terms of you saw technology companies, you saw consumer packaged good companies. Um, I would encourage all that's on this call, if you have the revenue level and you are looking for a program like this, please do go ahead and apply. We have indicated these criterias, but we're really looking for companies that we can help grow. I know there are hair service, natural hair service providers on the call. If you think that this is a program that can help you, please do go ahead and apply. I think you heard Candace's background, that we have folks with experience from across many industries. And again, our goal simply here is to help businesses of color grow. So don't be intimidated and feel like, oh my goodness, I don't have a technology company. That is not our full 100% focus. We're here to scale companies wherever you may be or wherever you may be serving. Any other questions, perhaps that we have not answered? You could take yourself off mute and certainly ask us questions at this point. We are super, super excited, of course, about the fund. This is our first cohort that the fund will be available to. And for those that are joining the cohort or for our alumni for the Ascend or the AGAP program, having an opportunity to have access to that fund is certainly something that we are super excited about on offering this cohort. So if we have any questions, I see there's some in the chat box. Does Ascend have a business directory? And yes, we do. As long as you're a member of the Ascend program, we certainly will have, you have access to other members that are part of the community. We utilize technology tools such as Slack and other group chat and various different tools to bring you together and make you a part of that community. Any of the other partners would like to add at this point as closing, I guess, messaging or comments?
I see there's another question. I don't have a completed business plan. Should I submit what I have? What do you have, Linda? Would you mind sharing? Because I know some may have maybe a business model canvas. I think that that works. A pitch deck also works. So if you can let us know what you do have, we can give you some feedback.
Okay, I have currently a high-level business plan. I do have the detail or the meat that needs to go into it. So I guess I just need to take a minute, put everything together and submit when I do the application.
Yes, that would be great. Yeah, it'd be
Okay.
worth the time to just go in and yeah, that way we can have a full picture of your business.
Awesome, thank you.
I also think, Linda, the questions will guide you in developing that. So we intentionally developed the application process to have you think about your customers. Who do you serve? And don't be afraid. You don't have to have all the answers, because if you did, you wouldn't have to come to the program, right? So we are here to help you figure that rest out also. So I would encourage you not to spend a whole lot of time upfront trying to make that polished business plan or whatever. Answer the question to the best of your ability, and go from there. I think that the outcome from this program may be to help you flesh out and develop that plan even farther.
Mhm. Any other questions from anyone?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Kiana Richardson, and I'm super excited. Thank you all for this wonderful information. I wanted to ask, since there will only be 20 accepted businesses, how many applications do you all normally receive? Is this like there's thousands of companies to sort through, or I don't know why I just had to ask. So is there an answer for that?
I will say there are usually hundreds of applications. So I think everyone has a fair shot. So don't worry about how many are in the pool. Just, I would say, get your best submission in, and we'll take it from there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
I would also add to, because we're about ecosystem building and community building, something that we're going to be very intentional about this this cohort is, if you're not accepted into this program, we will do our best to recommend other programs that we know about to you, so you don't get an absolute no, but strong recommendation of other programs that might be a better fit. So I again, it's our intent to really grow the ecosystem here in Georgia and to do our best to make those connectivity. Many of the companies that participate in our program, you have heard from the panel, go on to other programs. We're sort of like a pipeline to other accelerators. We have those from across the country and actually across the world that comes to us for these recommendations. So again, to Candace's point, don't worry about the numbers. We will try to be helpful, even if it is a no for this program at this time. That's the other point. You may be not considered at this time, but perhaps for another series of cohort. I saw a question from Cleonice that she has participated from Breadworks in another one of our programs, and she's wondering if there's an opportunity to continue in some stage of this program. So we have companies that have grown with us from the very startup stage and are now coming into these later stage and models. So yes, send in those applications. We'll do our best to find the best fit for you and to make recommendations, if not this program, then some other program. So you're also, by sending your application, becoming a part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? I think we are right on time here, Candace.
We finished right on time. So thank you guys so much for joining. Also, please pass this along to any of your other entrepreneur peers, any other business owners that you may know of. And again, the deadline is January 30th. So go ahead and get it in. We have about maybe 2.5 weeks before the deadline. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@ascend2020atl.com. All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. We will post the recording. Yes, the recording will be posted on our website, and we will also send it out via email to everyone who registered. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the week, everyone.